Twitch. You made me laugh. You're so funny. Sad there what we're looking at, Max. You know, the live channels, we think you'll like Max. So yeah, I already follow Max, good job. Right. How you all doing? Hey Doggo. You got a baby? You're still broken, aren't you? You're not broken, you're just sore. Silly bear. The wife and I both slept downstairs, keeping an eye on Doggo. Although I'd say sleeping. That's cutting around the edges right there. Like that's not within the circle of what happened there. It's not in the scope. That's just right on the edge of it. No one really slept last night at all. Other than maybe Doggo. Mate, you treat that dog better than you do your kids. Not true. But if someone were to say I treat him like a child, yeah, I do. I do. Love this Doggo. No, he is just like a child. I know a lot of people go, oh, you can't say that having a dog is like a child. You can, you can't. At the end of the day, you should respect your pet like it's a child. You know, because it is completely reliant on you. And so to me, he is my baby. He didn't ask to be put in this house. He didn't ask to have me as an owner. But he's a good Doggo. And so, you know, he is part of my family, so he gets treated as such. He's not just something that I can put in a box and push in a corner and ignore. I'll look after him, keep him happy. Just like my kids. Speaking of the kids, it is the littlest's last day at school today. So they break up for the holidays, and the eldest has got a day in school. His last day is tomorrow. So a bit of a weird schedule. And then, is it 2 weeks off? Oh, it's going to be chaos. I'm going to have to rejig the stuff, I think. Boys are home from school. And now my Doggo has gone to the vet. He's alright. We kept an eye on him all day. Kept him as kind of, you know, comfy as possible. He's shuffling about and stuff, just well, be sure, you know. So cross your fingers. He looks so hard done by, bless him. The family coffers are now £82 lighter, but the vet says that my favourite four-legged Human son is he seems alright. He seemed alright. Potentially he's just pulled a muscle. Hopefully just pulled a muscle. If he doesn't get any better by like the tomorrow evening, take him in for an X-ray. I'm really hoping though, considering he's been pulled about a bit and he didn't yelp or anything like that, he's alright. I don't want to keep dragging him to and from the vets. Doesn't like the vets. What dog does like the vets? Don't want to upset him any more than necessary. He's upstairs, laid down at the moment. He's pushing it right now, because he's had an injection in his shoulder, I believe. And he's now kind of like, he's not thundering about. You can see he's still kind of being a bit light on the old paws. But he's managed to get up and down the stairs a couple of times. I'd rather he didn't, but he's trying to kind of keep up with the family. My poor baby boy. My poor wee Doggo. I love that doggo. I love doggos. It just does it. I love all creatures of this world, other than humans. But he is my favourite human. If there was a human I had to like, that's that one. My fluffy one. So, fuck yeah. Well, I hope it is just like, I don't know, he's pulled it or he's swallowed it. There'd be nothing else, alright? Because I don't want to have to, like I said, I don't want to have to keep taking him to the vet. So I'm going to say that's today, the done. I don't know if perhaps we're going to end up sleeping down here again. I ended up sleeping in there, the wife ended up sleeping in the front room and just kept an eye on him. But I'd rather, in fairness, him not keep going up and down the stairs. So if it means staying down the stairs, I'll stay down the stairs for another night until he can start putting weight on it and all that. And if he does want to get up or down the stairs, then I can help him. But yeah. So fantastic. Well, I think the only other thing I've done today is I've taken a crack at Boneworks through Proton, the VR game. It's a physics-based puzzler shooter. And it's not the first time I've played it, but I've got to throw out there, one, puzzles. When you're not slept, not good. Like, I spent ages on a puzzle that was not difficult at all because I just didn't pay attention. All the answers were there, I commented on all of the clues, and I ignored all of them and went to try and solve the puzzle another way. Two, I can't seem to get on with the index, the valve, knuckles controls in Boneworks, which is interesting actually because Boneworks is designed with the knuckles in mind. So you've got like per finger tracking kind of thing based on these sensors on the control. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Maybe just because my hands are so big and it just thinks like I'm gripping the control more than I actually am kind of thing. So sometimes I get like loads of phantom grips. So I'm trying to climb and just all of a sudden I'm still holding onto the control or whatever and I can't seem to move away, or, you know, reloads seem to be a bit kind of fiddly, or, you know, just climbing. I cannot climb in Boneworks to save my damned life. It's the idea being that you grab hold of an object, lift with your hands, but then you have to duck down too to bring your knees up. Kind of, you know, how you would in real life, to then bring your leg over and go. But I cannot get that processed in my head, and then I often find that like I'm still accidentally squeezing the control pad when I'm trying to stand up, so my character is still holding on to the box or ledge or whatever it is that I'm trying to climb. It's just really, really the awkward. So in the case of Boneworks, funny enough, I prefer the Oculus controllers because they are just literally analog, just, you know, the trigger grips to shoot and then a grip here under this finger to do the whole grab and hand thing. I find that to be far more useful, not as immersive, but far more comfortable than the knuckles. Again, though, probably just because I've been using Oculus or variants of Oculus controllers since I've started in VR. So I'm only now moving to the index knuckles. It's just there's a learning curve there that I just can't seem to wrap my head around. Game's still really fun. Works in Proton, does crash a bit. When it does crash, it seems to crash wine, you need to basically exit Steam, which is a bit of a ball ache when I was streaming it, because then there's another issue whereby OBS doesn't always capture a window that you're trying to grab, so you then have to restart your desktop environment, which is simple. It's just like Alt F2 and then you just type R in the box and then hit enter and it restarts, and then all of a sudden things capture properly. So stop doing desktop capture, because if something crashed, I don't want people to, you know, well, it doesn't matter, but if I leave my desktop a mess, it's not ideal. You know what I mean? So then people would see like all the chat apps and all that kind of stuff. You know, you try to keep the old BTS stuff to a minimum if you can help it. Just though, I suppose I could always open up a Pornhub tab and just leave it there. Twitch fails 2022.
Although in fairness, trying to solve that puzzle today was a massive Twitch fail. I think that's it. I think that is realistically it. So yeah, it works. It's a bit wobbly. That was on version 7 of Proton. I've heard it's a bit wobbly on other versions too. I've tried the Glorious Egg Roll version. I think that crashed once. And I'm going to try the experimental version tomorrow. But before that, I've just had a wee chat with Zava, and it looks like we're going to be playing Demio again tonight. So, tabletop board game. Apparently, the desktop version of Demio has just been released too. So, if anyone wants to play Demio, it's a tabletop board game in VR, where you get the board and you're these kind of like avatars floating around the table kind of thing, and then you can zoom in and move your character and play cards and stuff like that. Now you don't need VR. If anyone wants to get in, you can just buy the desktop version and hop in. I think you still have to buy the desktop version separately. I don't know, but from what I understand, it's a different build anyway. But I imagine it's still cross-play. I couldn't imagine why it wouldn't be, because the mechanics will still be the same other than moving the camera around. But fantastic game, by the way. You lose hours in that game. Probably good. Always set aside about 3 hours a session if you're going to play some Demio. Really, really good. They Demio in the game, isn't it? But whatever, it's really, really nice, really, really well put together, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm probably gonna lose sleep playing that. But thankfully, only got to do school run for one of the spuds tomorrow, and then 2 weeks of the boys on the holiday. It's gonna be rad. I'm actually really glad, because the whole school fluff. The moving schools not so long back, that's so stressful. And you think that once this kind of thing's over, once you get that kind of thing done, it's done. It's never done. So, the idea that my big man can have a couple of weeks of just chill out time and all that'd be nice. And little legs will do the same too. And keep an eye on Doggo, and that's that. I think that's my day. Damn, I'm tired. I'm gonna go have a coffee. Maybe a Dr. Pepper. Hang on. There's Dr. Pepper here. And I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.